Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss our future videos. Today we are going to dive into the world of artificial intelligence. You must have heard about generative AI, chat GPT. So we are going to see that how generative AI solutions is working with Azure OpenAI services. To complete this hands-on labs on this course, so what we have to do, we must have a subscription on the Azure Cloud. So, what is Azure Cloud? Azure Cloud is a cloud computing platform provided by Microsoft. It offers a wide range of cloud services and resources that can be accessed and managed online. So Azure allows you to store and transform data based on your requirements. It provides a pay-as-you-go model, allowing you to use Azure services without any upfront commitments. Okay, so that's about Azure Cloud. Now I'll tell you about Azure OpenAI services. So before letting you know about Azure OpenAI services, what is OpenAI? So OpenAI is an organization that has made significant contributions to the development of generative AI models. They have created a collections of generative AI models that can produce language, code, images, and so many things. So Microsoft here, what they did actually, they partnered with OpenAI to deliver on three main goals, which is to utilize Azure infrastructure, including security, compliance, and regional availability, to help users build enterprise grade AI applications. Okay, so now I'll tell you something about generative AI. So, what is generative AI models? Basically, these are subsets of deep learning models that can produce new content based on what is provided and described in the input. So they have been used for various applications such as image generation, text generation, summarization, creative content generations, and so many other applications. So, generative AI basically it has the potential to transform search engines by enabling them to create new content such as images, text, audio, video, and even code. Here I'll summarize generative AI. Basically, it's a field of AI that focuses on creating models capable of generating new content. So that's a basic introduction about what is Azure Cloud, what is OpenAI, and what is generative AI. Now, moving ahead, before explaining or before showing you OpenAI Studio, I want to show you something here. If you will see, this is a Microsoft Azure platform where you are going to create some services. So if we are going to create this Azure OpenAI service, so what we have to do, you have to click here, that is create a resource. So I hope it's clearly visible to you all. You can see here it's a button here, create a resource. When you will click here, you will land up on this page. Okay, and then what you have to do, you have to search this service, which is Azure Open AI. Okay, so when you will search it, you will see, mm, just a second, this one. Okay, now you can see here, this is Azure OpenAI service, which is actually a combination of Azure and OpenAI. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to create it. We have to create this resource. So I'm not going to go into depth like how to create the resources, how to create the resource groups and all, but a little introduction about it. So what you have to do before creating a resource, you must be sure that you are having a subscription to create any resource on this Azure platform. So this is my subscription. Now I'm going to see that do I have some resource group. So yeah, I have already created some resource groups. If you are new to this platform, what you have to do, you have to click on this create new. As you will click on it, you can type your resource group name and it will be created. Okay, for now I'm having it. What I'll do, I'll just click on that existing resource group. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the region. For this resource, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this East US and Here I will give a name to this service. Okay, so here I'm typing name Azure OpenAI hyphen 11. Okay, now I have to select pricing tier. For an example, here I am typing standard S node. Okay, so now moving next, I'm just clicking on the next button, and now I'm allowing all networks, including the internet, can access this resource. Okay, this is I'm enabling. Now I'm not giving any text. I'll just click on next, and what will happen? It will create this Azure Open AI resource for me. Okay. Now you can let me show you. Now this resource has been created. So here, what you will see when this resource will be ready with you, what you will see here, you can see here, you can now go to Azure Open AI Studio where we are going to see lot of things, and it's a, you can say that's a surprise for us, like how many things we can easily do on this Azure platform with OpenAI services. I'm going to show everything. Before that, I'll explain something about this Azure OpenAI resource. So you can see here that the resource group which is selected, the status is active, the location it's visible here, the subscription ID, every information you can see here, the pricing tier, whatever you selected. Now, if you want to use this Azure Open AI service with your any SDK, so it will provide, it is providing these keys and endpoints also. Okay, so what you have to do if you want to use these uh, keys with your SDK. So you can just see these are the keys. You can copy paste and directly paste it in your code, and you will be able to use this service. Okay, that's about this Azure OpenAI service. Now we will jump to go to Azure OpenAI Studio. I hope it's clearly visible to everybody. When we are on this page, what we have to do, we have to click on this. Okay, after clicking on it, what will happen? You will end up on this page. If I show you, see, this will be the page when you will click here. Let me show you once again. You are here after creating your Azure OpenAI resource. You can see here is a tab that is go to Azure OpenAI Studio. When you will click on this, you will land up on this page. Okay, but now before starting working with this OpenAI service, we have to fill a form. This is a form. Okay, what is it? This is actually giving us access to use this Azure OpenAI service. So just read these instructions, and there are some questions. So fill up those questions and then submit this form. This access, maybe you will get within 1 hour, maybe within 24 hours. And as you will get this access, you will be able to use this Azure OpenAI platform. Okay. So this Azure OpenAI Studio, it's a comprehensive platform that allows developers, data scientists, and AI enthusiasts to build, train, and deploy machine learning models. Okay. And it's a part of Microsoft Azure suite of cloud services designed to help businesses achieve more with intelligent cloud applications. Here, what you can do with Azure OpenAI Studio, you can create your own custom models using a user-friendly interface. Here, I'll show you. Here, you can see that on this, there is a chat playground, okay, which is being used for text generation. If you have not used Chat GPT ever, so search on Google Chat GPT and try to ask some questions, try to generate some prompt and see the magic. You will get quick responses from there. Okay, now if I'll come here, the completion playground, so this we are using for summarizations, for content generation, for classification. Then you can see here there is one more, that is DALE. So DALE playground we are using to generate images. So you can say this playground is to generate images. Here we need to write any kind of prompt, and then you will see the magic of this dialect. And it's really interesting, guys. You will enjoy it when you will see it. Now there are like if you are having you want to use your own data and then you want to generate the text, that's also we can do here on this platform. Another thing, we are having many other templates also, like customer support agent, writing assistant, summarizing an article, and create cover art. So many things are here. Now let me show you one more thing, that is, if you want to get access to new features and capabilities of this OpenAI Studio, so what you have to do, you have to click on these links. It will give you some access form. So then you have to fill those forms to access any of these, and then you will be able to use GPT-4 as well. Here also they have given responsible AI modifications and additional use cases and additional resources. I'm not going into this depth right now. I just want to show, uh, I want to just give a brief introduction about this platform. So I'm moving ahead from now, and I'll show you this. You can see here on the left pane, there is a chat, there is a completion, there is a delay. Okay, so one by one, I'm going to show these all things. So before that, one more thing I want to add here. If you want to work with these three, what you have to do, you have to select a model. Okay, so there are built, let me show you here. If you will see, there are some set of models which is already given by this Azure OpenAI services. So what we have to do, we have to just select these models, and then we have to start working with the playground or completions or DALI playground. Okay, so here you will see GPT-4, a set of model that improves on GPT 3.5 and can understand and generate natural language and code. So GPT-4 is the advanced version of GPT 3.5. In future GPT-3, it's going to be retired. So let's be habitual of GPT-4. We are having GPT 3.5 as well with us. So it's a set of models that improve on GPT-3. So it's an advanced version of GPT-3. Again, same thing. It can also understand, it can also generate natural language and code. Then we have embedding. So embedding is a set of models that can convert text into numerical vector form to facilitate text similarity. That kind of model also we have. Then we have DALI. DALI is a series of models in preview that can generate original images from natural language, as I told you. Now coming to Whisper. Whisper again, it's what? It's a series of model in preview that can transcribe and translate speech to text. So these are kinds of models which are there available with our Azure OpenAI service. So here you can see. Now what we have to do before moving ahead with chat, completion, and delay, what we have to do, we have to select any single model. So what will do, we will go to deployments. Can you see guys here in the left pane? I showed you some models. Now what we have to do, we have to use one model to start working with chat, completions, or delay. Okay. Now here I am doing what? You will click on this create new deployment. Okay, so when you will click on this create new deployment, what you have to do here, you have to select a model with what model you want to continue. Okay, so now just click on this drop down and you will see some base models which are available there. You have to select those models, and after that you have to give a name to it. Okay, let me show you. For example, you are selecting this GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K, and then you are giving it another name, your model name, deployment name. So here, my model 1, 2, and then you will click on this create, and the model will be created here as I have already created some deployment models. Okay, now I am coming back to our chat. Okay, now here you can see we are having, we got this. Playground where we can create some kinds of prompt, and based on those inputs it is going to give us outputs. Okay, so how it is happening, let's see how it is working. Okay, so what I'll do, please guys, focus here on the right side. See, I'm here on the chat playground. I'll click on this show panels. So when I'll click on this show panels, you can see here there are three options: assistant setup, chat session, parameters. So for now, I will disable this assistant setup and the parameters. Okay, and then just click on this save. What I did, I just disable assistant setup and the parameters. I'll just work on the chat session. Now I'll click on this save, and you will be able to see this chat session only. Before there was, you can see before there was assistant setup, chat session and configuration. But what I did, I click on this show panels. This is in the right side. Then you will click on it, and then you will disable the options, which is assistant setup and the parameters. You can enable and work with that as well. I'm going to tell you step by step. Okay. Now coming back here, here what will you do? You will just simply start writing what you want from it. So see here, I'm simply saying hi, and I got one reply. Okay. I will ask from it that who are you? Let's see what reply we are going to get. And here it is telling me that it's a AI assistant designed to help answer questions and provide information. So think of me as a digital assistant. It can help you find the information you need. How may I assist you today? Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to ask some questions. So I'll say that, tell me about G20. Okay, let's see what we will get. See, guys, can you see that? We got the response from this chat session, and it's really amazing, right? Similarly, you can create your prompts and you can see the results. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll click on this show panels, and you will just click on this assistant setup and the parameters. And when you will click on the save, you will get those two tabs will open here. Okay, now what you have to do, for an example, I'm going to change it. I want to change the template. By default, it was, you can see here, by default, it was that digital assistant that can help you to find the information you need. Okay, I'm going to change it. For an example, I'm changing it to marketing writing assistant. Okay, I'll continue. And now you can see when I clicked on this template, there is some system message. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to ask, who are you? Let's see what reply are we going to get. See, it is, it has been updated. It is telling me that I'm a marketing writing assistant. I can help you brainstorm creative content ideas and assist in creating marketing and so on. Okay, so I'm not going to read that. Let's ask some questions. Can you tell me how to write a mail to um, to HR about the um, mm, mm, about the HRA and TDS? Okay, so let's see. Are we going to get that? Yay, we got it, guys. Can you see that? See, okay, so they had made these all things very much easy for us. So they are giving some default templates to us. What we have to do, either we will just work with them, we will ask some questions, or what we can do, we can create empty example as well. Okay, so when you will see, I'll show you once again. When you will click on it, the empty example, so here accordingly you will write, and then according to that this chat session is going to work. Okay, now for an example, you are a dentist. You have to help patient with their queries. Okay, and let's see what is going to be happen. I have to save these changes. Okay, now I'm saving these all things. And now see, I got one message here that new chat session started. So assistant setup has been updated. Let's ask, who are you? And yeah, we got that I'm an AI language model developed to assist with answering questions. Yeah, I'm programmed to act as a virtual dentist and help answer dental related queries. So, how can I assist you today? Okay, so let's see that. So, what should be the question, guys? And let's see. So, if you would have been in my live session, so what questions you should have asked? Please drop that in the comments. Okay, let's say that. I am having to tech. Can you please suggest some medicines? Let's see. Okay. Okay. So it is saying that I'm sorry to hear that you are experiencing toothache. However, as an I am not able to prescribe or suggest specific medications. So it is letting us know that in the meantime, you can try some home remedies. So rinse your mouth and blah blah blah. So you can see that. So, anyways, we got some answer from it. Isn't it interesting, guys? It is, right? I know that. Now in the configuration, you can also see that the deployment, that what model we selected. Okay, so here we selected my model. One more model is also available here. You want to work with that as per your choice. You can go with any model. Okay, now coming to our completion. So, one more thing I want to show you here, that if you want to add your own data and then you want to generate the queries based on that, so what you have to do, you have to click on it. That is add a data source. So I'm going to show you that one thing, that here with Azure we are having that flexibility as well. Like we are having our data on Azure in the storage account. This is a service of Azure Cloud. We can directly use it here as well. We will upload our data in the Azure storage account, and then we can use that data directly here with our OpenAI service. Okay. Now see, I am selecting this Azure Blob Storage. Here, I have to select my storage account. You can see select Azure Blob Storage resource. Now what I have to select? I have to select storage container. Okay, I have selected my container. Now I have to select my Azure Cognitive Search resource. So this we are using to do indexing. Okay. Now we have to give the name. For an example, here I am giving a name it to series 1. Okay, and then I'll acknowledge it and then I'll click on the next. Okay, now it is asking me that what type you want. Like for an example, I will go with a keyword and then click on next and finally save and close. Okay, so whatever is there in my storage account will be uploaded here. So let me show you one thing, that these files I have already uploaded on my storage account. So based on that, I can ask some question through this chat session. Okay, so that's one add point was there. In the upcoming sessions, I'll tell you more about that. Okay, now jumping to our completions. So this is our completion. So before playing with this completions playground, we have to again select our deployment, the model, and then we have to see what we want to do. Okay, for an example, here it's written that you want to go with the generate an email template. Okay, so it automatically, what it did, it automatically created a template for us, that is write a product launch email for new AI powered headphones that are priced, for an example, 79. They have written, let me write it as 379.99 and available at best price. So you can even edit it, okay, based on your requirements, targets and Amazon.com. So the target audience is tech savvy music lovers and the tone is friendly and exciting. So what should be the subject line of the email? What should be the body of the email? Okay, and let's see that what it will generate. Okay, so see, it said that include global audience, brand, story, demo video link, features, availability, and then end the email with a clear call to action. So what is happening here? We just have given some sort of strings, and based on that, we got text being generated by this completion playground. It's interesting, right, guys? Now you can explore it. Here you will see that there are lots of templates available, like translate text or natural language to SQL to Python, explain a SQL query. Let's try with language, natural language to Python. Okay. So what they have written, write a Python function to reverse a string. So the function should be an optimal solution in terms of time and space complexity. As we know that when we are working with any language, so there are so many solutions of a single problem. So they here we are asking an optimal solution in terms of time and space complexity. So let's see what best solution are we going to get through this completion playground. So here the input would be ABCD 1 2 3, and the result should be the reverse, that is 3 2 1 DCBA. Okay, I'm going to generate it. Let's see the Python. Hey, we got it. Only 3 lines of code. Wow. Right? Okay. So now what you can do, you can explore it more. And in upcoming sessions, we will discuss about it more. Okay, guys. Here, now I'll jump to this daily preview. So I'll show you this as well. This is also interesting. Very, very interesting actually. So as per your thoughts, as per your expectations, whatever you have in your mind, just write it here. Okay. For an example, a girl thinking, a girl in the what? Let's see what is going to be generated. And it takes some seconds, and then you will be surprised with this image, like wow, we got that image, right? So see, let me show till then, till we get this image. Here you can see I have generated some, like an astronaut with Barbie doll, or a boy standing under full moon with his dog, or a house with vibrant color peaceful pictures. So see guys, it's interesting, right? So you also do it, and even if you get some interesting images, just drop your images or your text in the comments, like how much you like this platform. Okay, so you can see we got this image, that's a girl in a deep thought, and it's really nice feature of this Dale, of this generative AI, right, everybody? So I hope that you enjoy today's session. So that's it about today. One thing, if I forget to mention, that is Azure OpenAI Service pricing. So here, when we are going to use any Azure Open, we are using these models, these chat or completion playground or daily playground, whatever we are doing here. So there is like there are some pricing for it. Okay. So you will see that, for an example, you are using GPT 3.5 turbo model, and you are using tokens 4,000. So this will be charging from you, that is $0.0015, which is going to be per 1,000 tokens. Okay, and then this is for chat, and if it you are using completion playground, so per 1,000 tokens it is going to be charged 0.002. Okay, so as you can see here, there are others also, GPT 3 turbo again, that is with 16,000 tokens. So you can see it's $0.003 for prompting and 0.004 for completion. Okay, and then you can see GPT-4 with 8,000, and then GPT-4 with 32,000 tokens, and their pricing is also available. Now coming with image model, that is DALE. Here you will see per 100 images the cost is $2. Okay, and if I'll talk about embedding models, this is $0.0001 per 1,000 tokens. So what you want to do, as per your choice, you can go with any pricing tier. Now, now I'll take you. Okay, so I think that's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed the session. So that's just a quick overview of what you can do with Azure OpenAI Studio. Now we will be diving deeper in future videos. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video if you find it helpful, interesting. Okay, so even don't forget to share it with anyone who also is interested in this Azure OpenAI Studio. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay, bye bye. Take care, everybody.